Third quarter about to commence, 14-3 Utah State, as we take a look at the halftime numbers brought to you by Timberland. Total offense favoring New Mexico. We told you the number of plays favoring New Mexico. Rushing 141-99. Time of possession, huge advantage. This whole game has come down to turnovers.
Huge.
And there's really, it really should be forced, that as you pointed out earlier, because they had a 4th and 1 that they converted, but when they fumbled, they recovered
short of the
line to gain.
Yeah, that's been, I mean, everything that's gone wrong, you know, as a coach, you go in the locker room and say, look, we clean up some things, we could dominate this game. They've had their way at times, but they keep mentally busting.
Let's check in downstairs. Brad Thompson had a chance, I believe, to hook up with Bob Davie. Brad?
Guys, I did indeed talk to Bob Davie, and obviously the message was we got to hold on to the ball. We can't turn it over. He's happy with how they move the ball. Obviously, they just need to finish off some drives. He feels lucky to be in this game still. And Lamar Jordan, who's back out there, he had a blow to his forearm. Coach said he should be fine.
All right, good news, because Jordan did some good things, especially with his feet in that first half. So let's see how New Mexico comes out here in the third quarter, down by 11. And this was well defended. This is no gain on the option. Owen stays down for a moment. He's okay. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Drew, we talked about earlier about our cruiser position, our tight end pulling out, load blocking, getting out in front of Owens, giving him a read. They've got the young fella, Marcus Williams, got to do a better job than he just did. Was not able to clean up his block. His guy was responsible for the tackle.
One read and go, and Jordan with his feet will pick up 7. You can tell Lamar more comfortable running the football. It appears that he's going to look at his primary, and if it's not there, he's going to vacate.
And listen, it's okay if you know yourself, and that's what you're great at. Do what you do best. He runs the ball extremely well. If your guy's not there and you want to pull it and go. You know, his problems start when he starts taking too long to make that decision. If he can quickly make a decision like he just did there and get out, go get positive yards, you give yourself a chance offensively.
Ooh, they got to burn a timeout. They weren't lined up right on 3rd and 4.
Let's call their first timeout.
We always say this, you hate to burn a timeout early in a half, especially when you're trailing. 14-3, Utah State. Mountain West football on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by KFC. Try KFC's Phillips. They are finger-licking good. And by Maaco. Visit your local Maaco and turn the car you drive into the car you love. Well, the guys you're looking at here just went into the New Mexico Hall of Fame, University of New Mexico Hall of Fame last night. They were honored at halftime. That's Wayne Garris. Before that, Charles Spider Smith. I remember doing his games bunch of years ago. And Tim Herron, who was a 3-time All-American here. He's won 4 times on the PGA Tour. Congratulations to those guys. Also Bob Davie, who was named the school's Coach of the Year for leading them to 9 victories last year, and also a bowl game victory in the New Mexico Bowl. Darrell Chestnut on 3rd and 4 is a yard short, so New Mexico down by 11 goes 3 and out. And a nice victory for that Utah State defense.
Very good job of stringing that option out. It just took too long, and they got to the edge and weren't able to get there. If you're Utah State, you got to be alert for everything. Fakes, all the above right now.
Jordan Nathan from his 27. And really good coverage, outstanding coverage downfield.
Brings it up to the 35.
Number 87.
That's a new Samoyed.
Big speed. I mean, that because Nathan can run, and the big fella tracked him down.
Didn't run away from 87, did he?
No way.
So now the Aggies with Jordan Love at quarterback, and We didn't see Kent Myers in the second quarter. The last couple of games, the former starter had played a series to begin the second quarter. It's been all Jordan Love.
I thought it might go that way with him missing a few open receivers at times.
They run a rocket screen. This is Scarver. Excuse me, a jet sweep, and Scarver has about 6 or 7. Scarver says he never went down, but the whistle ended the play. Scarver's a true freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. Watch this.
See him kind of roll over the top. He's still not down. He's standing up. Knee never touches. He never goes. He never went down, but his momentum was stopped.
Here's an RPO, and that's complete to Scarver, but his knee was down at the 40, so it's no gain.
That's a missed opportunity. They had something going out there. Good read, but again, an inaccurate throw on those bubble screens where you don't allow your receiver to catch and run. It hurts you.
Third and 6. New Mexico defense, other than the big play by Lawan Hunt, the 65-yarder, they were pretty stout in that first half. And Dax Raymond makes a catch and then leans the big body forward. 245-pound sophomore. Kind of rolled over the top of Jake Rothschiller, enough for the first down.
That's
first
right.
catch for Raymond.
Right where I would have gone, Drew. I circled him for a reason. This kid is a special type of tight end talent. You get him running any kind of route against linebackers with his size and speed at 6'5", 245 pounds. Just a redshirt sophomore, Drew.
Yeah, they love him, and he's the leading pass catcher among tight ends in the Mountain West. Here's a deep ball, and out there making the catch is Tarver. Ronquavian Tarver. And had Love gotten him this football in stride, he's celebrating a touchdown right now. He beat D'Angelo Ross.
He is, but it's a double move route. He's going to smoke him and then go. It's a takeoff route, and that's what I like about it. Receiver's open, and you don't try to throw the perfect ball and overthrow him by 10 yards.
Pickup of 31, Utah State on the move. Three receivers to the top, and they're going to give it to Hunt. Good stiff arm, and then knocked out of bounds by Austin Ocasio. The Will Backer has a bunch of tackles this afternoon. He's from Babylon, New York. That's out on Long Island.
A tough kid, little undersized to be playing Will linebacker, but he runs and tackles well. Just 225 pounds.
Second and 6. Raymond's going to reset.
You've got leverage here on the inside route if you want to take it.
And Love, with a good read, said he got very close to a first down before Jake Rothschiller made another tackle.
I think he wanted to throw that RPO, but his outside receiver gets knocked down. Number 28 doing what he does best, just be around the football.
The set of identical twins. His brother Kyle is also on that New Mexico defense as a defensive back.
Look at him here, Drew, lined up against the tight end. You talk about a guy that plays way bigger than his size at just 5'8", 180 pounds.
Love, end zone shot, and incomplete as Braylon Roberts was well covered by Jalen Burrell.
He was well covered, but Burrell's back is turned, and Braylon Roberts is 6'3", 200 pounds. Just give him a chance. See, and what happens there is Love waits to see him open instead of trusting that little stutter move and putting it up early.
Second and 10. Love Love threw it in traffic, and it's broken up. Once again, it was Roberts, the intended target, and Burrell got a hand in there.
Here's the thing. Anytime you're running any kind of routes that are going lateral or across the field, dig routes, in routes, the longer you're running across the field, the longer or the more time the secondary player has to close on it. Those balls have to come out on the break. As soon as you break, it has to be out of there. That's a late throw.
Big play both ways. 3rd and 10. They get a first down inside the 3. Pressure coming, big pressure, and Love throws it away. Was he out of the tackle box is the question.
They're trying to set up a screen, and Cody Baker reads it. Cody Baker does an outstanding job reading it and cover up the screen man.
Everett Powell was applying the big pressure.
That ball can't go across the line of scrimmage if he's trying to throw it away. It has to go behind the line of scrimmage.
All this would do is affect the distance of the field goal attempt. As it sits right now, it's about a 30-yard attempt. There's been a ton of flags today, and the conferences to determine what the flag is about have been protracted.
Guys may have seen each other for a couple weeks. Maybe they had last week off. They got to get some talking.
Evidently, that must be the case.
Holding defense number 53. The foul occurred behind the line of scrimmage, so it is not an automatic first down. Half the distance, replay, 3rd down.
Honestly, Bob Davie.
That's a play that you, and honestly, Drew, this is a play you never see called. You see a guy sniff out a screen route, and they hug up the running back or whoever they're throwing the screen to. Well, how many times have you seen that call?
I haven't seen that certainly this year.
Right there, Cody Baker's right on him.
And it's a good call.
It is.
So now it's 3rd down and 4.
False start.
And you'll give the 5 right back. This is how this game started.
False start, offense number 76, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's Roman Andrus. This is how the game started. There were turnovers and a multitude of mistakes. And now here in the second half, it's back and forth with flags. First, Utah State gets the advantage on a New Mexico flag, and now it's back to 3rd and 9.
Keep it to a 2-score game. Just force them to a field goal at least. Don't allow a touchdown here if you're New Mexico. You're still 2-score out.
Looks like zero coverage, Seth. Am I reading it right?
You are reading it right. And this guy here has inside leverage if he runs it in any kind of post.
Love, end zone, and way over the head of Tarver. So it'll be a field goal attempt now in the neighborhood of 30 yards from Dominic Eberle.
But give him a chance. Give him a chance. Throw a high ball heater right at him. Give him a chance to go up and make a play, but
Ron Quavian, as you pointed out a couple times today, he's 6'3", 215 pounds, and he can high point the football.
Correct. Give him a shot at it.
Officially, it'll be 28 yards. Eberle is as good as there is in the Mountain West. Knocks it through, and it's a 2-touchdown lead for Utah State, 17-3 in Albuquerque. 6 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Utah State leading New Mexico 17-3. The Lobos hold Utah State to a field goal there. Bob Davie's been coaching since his career finished at Youngstown State. 1977, he was a GA for Jackie Sherrill at Pitt. And not to be redundant here, he's seen a lot of football, and I guarantee you he has not seen a game and a half like he has witnessed his Lobos play the last 2 weekends.
Yeah, especially as far as he's brought this team, even when they were struggling with no depth, these kind of things weren't happening to them. They just didn't have the bodies. Got to be, I mean, at that point where you can't even get upset. You're just trying to figure out how you can get your guys to stop it.
And here's a look at his career going back to his playing days as a tight end. And, you know, his son has been the tight end coach here at New Mexico last few years. And then he's been an assistant a lot of strong places, Arizona, down in College Station, South Bend, always on the defensive side of the ball for the most part after being a tight end. Spent 10 years in our business, and he was outstanding at that as well. Here's Jordan bouncing it. Jordan's going to have a first down, knocked out of bounds after an advance of 11. Levitt finally brought him down.
It's a good job of closing by Dallin Levitt. Designed quarterback run. You had 2 lead blockers out in front. Good pickup. You see him getting the play over there from Apollo Wright, quarterback's coach.
Here's Levitt, the transfer from BYU. Played at BYU in Provo for a couple of years. McCorley. And McCorley's tripped up by Kevin Metzenheimer.
It's a 5.5-yard gain on first down. That's winning football right there, especially for the Lobos rushing attack.
With that previous run by Jordan, he's now in the top 10 all time in rushing yards for the Lobos. And he'll run here for a couple to the 42-yard line. Big third down and 3 or 4. Jacoby Wildman made the tackle.
Most of his runs have come off of throws, at least his successful ones. You see him there, he drops back the pass, and as Drew pointed out, he sees his first guy covered. He's going to go and try to make something happen. You see the one look and then take off. It's an excellent job recognizing and getting out of there. He can be effective.
75 on the ground for Jordan. 3rd and 4. He wants to run here. And on his own, he's got a first down and more. That was all Lamar Jordan. Flip side of the 50. Finally run out by Baron Gaikowski. First down, New Mexico.
He's trying to run the slip this way. Look at the back. Owens out into the flat. They cover it up, bring pressure with Gage Ferguson, and he reverses field. There's no defense for that. You've got a guy hemmed in, and he's able to wiggle his way out of it. That's an excellent job by Lamar Jordan. We talked about his first guy's not there. He's going to go get positive yards.
Now, this is a young man who's a 3-year captain. What does that tell you about? Forget that he's a quarterback and he's gifted. It tells you something about his leadership. And he looks to vacate, and he gets a couple yards on the scramble. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Jordan. They've called a bunch of pass plays. Said you pointed that out because on more than half of them, he's pulled the ball down.
He's pulled it down.
They were designed to throw it.
Correct. And he just didn't see what he wanted. They wanted to take a deep shot right there, but it didn't happen fast enough. Cameron Miller was back deep in the coverage. You got a receiver on a safety. You're supposed to win that battle. It took too long to happen.
They run load option, and this is a big gain for New Mexico's Romel Jordan, a first down.
That's a really good job. I tell you what, Tyrone Owens is a complete back. Not only is he good at rushing, but look at him here, load block on the outside on Gage Ferguson. You take pride in what you're doing. That's the result that comes of it.
Block the guy with pitch responsibilities. He got it done, and a sizable gain. So New Mexico with their best drive of the second half. And they run the same play the other direction. And decent gain for Owens.
You see both safeties for Utah State getting up off the ground. Ferguson and Dallin Levitt, both. Romel Jordan doing a nice job of getting out in front.
Such a difficult task, that isn't it, for a defensive back facing an option team and facing a quarterback that likes to tuck it down.
It's very hard because you still have your third responsibilities, but you have to come when you need to come, but you have to come to the right spots.
McCorley, he's got another first down, and there's some energy with the Lobos. They'll have it inside the 13-yard line. Braxton Gunther makes the tackle, but they got some rhythm going here now.
I'll tell you, Big Ray Baylor, the left guard, pulls around and does an excellent job of getting to the second level. I mean, sweet feet, the big fella got right around and up in the hole. Really nice job by Ray Baylor.
Ray Baylor breathing heavy because they've been pounding away on this drive, and slithering to about the 8-yard line is McCorley.
They go right back to the inside zone lead with Charlie Grammel leading the way.
Next snap set will be the 10th of this drive for New Mexico with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. And despite, again, all of their miscues, turnovers and penalties, if they put it in the end zone, you're talking about a touchdown game.
Right, it's a one-score game, but that's what you had to sell. As you talked about, Coach Davey had that in his pocket. We're right there.
Jordan is bottled up. That was a good play by Jalen Davis. You know, we haven't gotten to call Jalen's name very frequently, but he's a complete corner, isn't he?
He really is. Gets him on the ground, another underside. You see him play off the block of Owens, uses his hands extremely well, gets off and makes the tackle in space. And that's an inside run there. You've got to keep that inside. All the blocking, the pullers, everything with the trap happens inside. You got to keep that tight. He tries to bounce. Jalen Davis makes him pay for it.
And he throws New Mexico off schedule, so it's 3rd down and 8. Inside the 3-yard line. Trips to the top. Timeout called by Utah State.
Utah State. It's called their first time out of the half.
So Jalen Davis made that tackle. We're usually talking about him in coverage. He's second in the country with 5 interceptions. Said mentioned he's been in the end zone 3 times this year. Not only is he a senior, he has started every game of his career at Utah State. He had 1 Division I scholarship.
That's insane. But that tells you why he plays and practices the way he does. There's that chip. We talked about guys that have chips. You're that guy. I'm that guy from a small school. Guys that have chip on their shoulders. This guy has a chip on his shoulder. He's extremely talented and great at the cornerback spot.
But you've been coaching for a long time also, and when you evaluate, I know this because I've known you a long time, you evaluate, you say, yeah, physical talent, but how important is it to him? How important is it to him to work when they're not on the field?
Does he love to play? And if you love to play, you're going to put the work in.
3rd and 8, and this is caught for a touchdown, but
offensive
a flag
pass
came
interference.
in, and it may be offensive pass interference. Deontay Fortenberry was battling Patrick Reed, and when that ball was in the air, you did see a push.
And this is one that was unnecessary. He didn't need to do it.
Pass interference. Offense, number 5, 15-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
And he didn't need to do it here. You've got isolated, slow play it, and don't look until right there kind of shoves him upfield, which creates separation. And that's the right call. That's a good call. You didn't need to do it.
And it's a big one. Those are 15 yards. Bob was talking yesterday about the number of, as he used the acronym OPIs, offensive pass interference calls that he's seen this year. I mean, he'll look at the tape, and Bob is honest as the day's long, and he'll say, you know, that's got to be flagged.
Right.
I mean, somebody got an advantage there.
Absolutely. There was separation created by the hands. Now you're going to get a penalty for 12 men on the field.
Illegal substitution. Offense, The offense broke the huddle with 12. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And this is now putting a makeable field goal in jeopardy.
To me, this, and I hate to do this, it falls squarely on your senior quarterback. Your personnel, you need to know you can't be in the huddle with that many guys. You have to step away and wait for things to break. Lamar's played enough snaps to know better than that. You can't be in that huddle with extra guys until they're subbed out.
Jordan, one-on-one coverage, and he throws out of bounds. The ball was caught by Aaron Malone. Actually, I thought that they were going to forego the shot at the end zone and try to pick up about 10 yards to make a field goal,
right, which
more manageable.
I mean, that's just like a shot ball. He tried to get, they wanted the guy inside in the slot on the post. Dallin Levitt sat on that route the entire time with a guy underneath it.
So Jason Sanders from 47. And a four-year kicker for the Lobos. And this is wide left, no good. And those extra yards, costly. So New Mexico with an impressive drive, and they don't get anything for it. 17-3 Utah State.
Welcome back to Albuquerque, 17-3. Guys, I want to sweeten things up here a little bit. David Yost, the offensive coordinator for Utah State, his wife Carrie makes cookies for the quarterbacks. They get them on Friday afternoons. They get to eat and enjoy them. It's a tradition he's been doing since he was at Missouri in the early 2000s. And head coach Matt Wells always makes up an excuse to get into that quarterback room and get a bite of a cookie. I'm going to enjoy a bite right now.
This is a handoff to Trey Miller. They're trying to get more involved. The true freshman from St. George, Utah, but Alex Hart made the tackle in the backfield. One of the leaders for the Lobos. 2nd and 15, that's a loss of 5. 17-3 Utah State. Late stages of the third quarter. I'm a big David Yost fan.
Huge David Yost fan. He's always forthright with us. Gives us quality time, great ball.
Love on a comeback, has it complete to about the 37-yard line. Savon Scarver. He and Jalen Burrell, man, they're gonna be texting each other after this game. They've been battling all game.
See that nice work at the beginning of that route with the foot fire? He had a press guy up on him. Uses good foot fire to back him off. That's a great job.
All right, describe foot fire for our audience.
Foot fire is where you stutter in place and you use your feet to get your guy off balance a little bit.
Thought that's what we do at our age, getting out of bed.
That's definitely what I shuffle. I don't foot fire. There's no fire left in him. I shuffle out of bed.
We shuffle to try to get them to fire. Love with a 50-50 ball, and Tarver can't come up with it. That was good coverage by D'Angelo Ross, the junior from La Puente, California. And Utah State will have to punt it back to New Mexico. And for the Lobo fans looking in, they are still in this football game, very much in this football game.
Very much in this football game. That's great coverage by Ross there. Played through the receiver's hands, didn't allow him to get his other hand on the ball.
This is a really good punt. This was turned over, and this is going to go into the end zone. That is a punt of 63 yards from Aaron Dalton, who came in averaging 39 yards a punt. But that was a blast. Hey, join us again in a couple of weeks for more Mountain West action right here on AT&T Sportsnet. When we'll be in Laramie, Wyoming. The Cowboys will be hosting Fresno State. That ought to be a real interesting affair. The action starts at noon Mountain, 11 Pacific. And you never know, said, what kind of weather we're going to get in Laramie in mid-November.
Nice up there.
I can guarantee it'll be windy.
Probably going to be windy. It's probably going to be cold at some point during that game.
Or all game.
Or all game.
Lamar Jordan, he wants to put it up. And he throws into coverage.
He does not see Miller come off and help. Cameron Miller falls off of the route. That's a smash route where you've got a corner from your inside route. The outside receiver runs a little sit down. The guy responsible that the quarterback's supposed to watch is the field corner. He doesn't watch him. He falls off and gets underneath it, and that's why he just overthrew it to get it out of there.
That's the first incompletion of the day for Jordan, because on a lot of these pass plays, he has tucked it down. And weaving his way for a first down is Chestnut. Gerald Chestnut, when he's had the opportunity today, has been impressive running the football. He's got 8 carries for 40 yards now.
I mean,
Chestnut, the senior from Coconut Grove, Florida, will go out.
So many guys that they can run at you, Drew, at that tailback spot. Very much loaded at the tailback spot. The spot that they've struggled with all year this year is offensive line.
They're not going to get this off before the end of the third quarter. That is all for the third quarter. When we come back, quarter number 4, 17-3 Aggies in Albuquerque.